freestyle travel. Hey everybody, Kenny Flannery here as always, and I'm in Liverpool, England. Kind of the best city in England. Yeah, I think it is. I've just been thinking about this. I've been coming to Liverpool for the last, 10 years or more. Been here a few times, and I never really thought about it in that context, but I think it is the best city in England. Yeah. I don't know what comes close. Yeah, maybe. All right, here we go. Best city in England for sure. Anyways, so this episode, I'm going to talk about England. I got some hitchhiking, freestyle traveling, long-term relationship fucking conversations for y'all. Hope you enjoy it. I think it's going to be a good one. The last episode, I had just gotten to England. If you listen to that one, come over, been doing the whole trip hopping brew collective in Phoenix, and yeah, just out of nowhere, like 3 weeks ago, I had no idea I was going to be in England. I was just obsessed with the trip hopping app, which by the way, if you're not on trip hopping yet, you're fucking up. Go to triphopping.com. If you're on Android, download the trip hopping app. You freaking animals. Like, yeah, do it. You can see where people are traveling in real time, see where I am in real time, hang out with people, couch surfing, fine. Oh my God, I just made a partnership with, oh my God, this is getting better. If you're not on trip hopping, you're out of control. Do that. But yeah, kind of out of the blue, I'm drinking, sorry, I'm all over the map here, but I'm drinking this terrible IPA. It's called Proper IPA. England is not where you want to be to drink good beer. It's just not. Let me take a sip here. I'll drink what I can get. That's why I'm not doing that. You can find good beer here if you're clever. London's got some good breweries. There's some spots, but yeah, Jesus. It's almost embarrassing how bad their taste is here. Anyways, besides me shitting on how bad they are at doing this, yeah, I came to England, and yeah, to help my friend out, do some video stuff. So I'm gonna talk about a little bit of that, and also what's coming next. And as I preface this with, a few weeks ago, I was in Arizona, and no idea I'd be in England, so obviously everything's just on the fly as usual. Just making stuff up, but locked something in yesterday, so I'll tell you about that at the end. And that's coming up tomorrow, where I'll be going next. And yeah, it's been a good week or two, so that's why I'm going to tell you the story. It's been cool, and despite that, I have found a couple good beers, just because even in beer desert, I'm going to find them. I'm gonna find them. And speaking of little drinks, I got to bring up Magic Mind again. If you've heard previous episodes, I brought up Magic Mind, which is this like mental performance shot. It is a sponsor of the Freestyle Travel Show, a proud sponsor, I would say. They hit me up and wanted to re-up a little bit. They are super cool, and I'm actually more stoked to mention them than normal, because while I was in Phoenix working on the trip hopping app, I was able to drink this Magic Mind stuff every day. So if you haven't heard me, if you haven't been listening to the show, heard me talking about it before, Magic Mind is this like little 2-ounce mental performance shot. It's like, I think it's mostly matcha tea, but it's got like these lion's mane mushrooms in it, and different adaptogens and nootropics in there, like different little mushrooms and different stuff. It's more about focus than energy, but definitely gives you energy. And it's just a really good little drink. And when I was in Phoenix, I just got in the jam, you know? I'd wake up and get my shit together and go down. And I still like coffee. I just like everything about it, especially with the French press. And get the French press going and, you know, do the whole French press process and take that first sip of coffee. And then I would down this little 2-ounce shot of a Magic Mind, because I just had a whole freaking stack of it. And yeah, I would just drink the whole thing and then keep drinking my coffee and do my thing, and it would just lock me in. It just gets you real focused, calms you down. It's got a stress reliever kind of vibe to it, and just helps you lock in. So I recommend it. It really helped me with the coding for trip hopping and other stuff. I actually took some of it overseas, stuffed it in the backpack as much as I could, and yeah, just been using it wisely, using it on the days I needed to edit video for my friend and stuff like that. So Magic Mind is a sponsor. I do recommend it. And they did, like I said, like it was cool. Sent me a message the other day while I was here in England. Gave me a little code to give to you guys. So that code is if you go to magicmind.com/freestyleLT. That's weird. magicmind.com/freestyleLT. I guess that means limited time. Well, use that. magicmind.com/freestyleLT, and it gets you 48% off. Damn, they're going for it. That's like half off. 48% off your first subscription, or 20% off one-time purchase. That's sweet. Yeah, the subscription thing is cool because it'll just keep sending you the good every time. But if you're, I don't know, if you're skeptical, I guess you'll do just a one-time thing. That's still 20% off. That's cool. Yeah, magicmind.com/freestyleLT. Check out that Magic Mind stuff. It's good. It's good. I like it. I actually do really like it. That's the only reason I would ever keep mentioning it. It's cool. So yeah, check that out. And yeah, what else is up? Let me just talk about what's going on here in England, because yeah, it's just been day to day here. It's been some hitchhiking and screwing around trying to figure out what's next. Yeah, let me just jump into it. All right, so yeah, like I said, I'm in Liverpool now. But last episode I was in Southampton, south of England. It's my first time hanging out in the south of England, or was. Been to England, I don't know, half a dozen times over my travels and junk, and so I was excited. Yeah, definitely listen to the last episode if you want some more context on how I wound up here in the first place. Basically, just my friend Molly's doing this yoga teacher training thing. It's more than yoga. It's just like teaching people how to be trauma informed and teach people. She's teaching the teachers, and but anyways, my part of it was she wanted someone to come and take videos of some of her courses and edit stuff, and she knows that I know what I'm doing, and yeah, it's one of my best friends. She's basically my unbiological sister. So like, let's fucking go. Let's help out. And she hooked it up for me to get out here, and I was fucking happy to come. And yeah, as I said a few weeks ago, was just chilling in Phoenix, not sure what I was going to do after the trip hopping thing. Wasn't even thinking about what was next, so I was just solely focused on that. And then out of the blue, this popped up. So now I'm in England, and yeah, Southampton happened. So listen to that episode and you'll hear how I got from Phoenix to Nevada through the desert, hitchhiking, almost missing the flight because of police and junk, and winding up in London and then Southampton, and the whole backstory with this girl I met in Nepal. And last episode was a good episode, actually. Damn, it was pretty nice. But yeah, wound up in Southampton. So Molly's whole thing was in Poole, which is, if you had a car, could have drove there in an hour, but don't have a car. I'm a hitchhiker. So I had to hitchhike. I did see where I was in Southampton was like an inopportune kind of spot to start hitchhiking. So I was looking at I'll look at public transit sometimes, like see how far can I get. You know, sometimes public transit is almost always, no matter what country or city you're in, it's generally like $1 or $2, few bucks, sometimes free. But as general hitchhiking advice, take a look. if you got that in the budget where you can spend like $1 or $2, you got a handful of coins, sometimes you can get to a pretty opportune spot. So I looked at that, and in this case, it was seemingly 2 pounds, freaking pounds. That's their currency over here. So 2 pounds is, I don't know what 2 pounds is, $2 and change. It's more than $2. Yeah, $2 or $3. But it went to a whole nother town in that direction. So I was like, all right, this is going to get me out of the thick of the city. Let me do this. So that's what I did. Woke up when my friend did, India, and she went to work, and I went to the bus station, little, just on the corner, just regular public transit, and took the little 2 pound bus to Raleigh. Raleigh? I don't even remember the name of these freaking English towns. Got over there. It was like a 20-30 minute bus ride. It's like, all right, I'll hitchhike from here. And it should have been a freaking easy day. And it was a nice day. It was a good day. But it was like, what the fuck? Like an hour hitchhike is usually a cakewalk. Let me take a sip of this proper IPA. But yeah, even this little town, which I thought was going to be like, all right, now I'm in this little town. It'll be easy to hitchhike out of. Honestly, I still had to walk like 30 minutes to get to a spot that was like the edge of town kind of spot. Barely room to pull over, and then I had to keep walking, get to some like roundabout situation. I miscalculated. Or just, England is like Ireland, everyone's so friendly and everyone like picks you up and they're just like, oh, I haven't seen a hitchhiker since the 70s or since I was a kid. And like, they talk so much shit about like how hitchhiking is like not a thing anymore. But like what they're really saying is just, fucking love picking up hitchhikers. Like that, it's easy to get it right. People are friendly and they want to pick you up. And even though hitchhiking is not common, it's easy. Like, just because it doesn't happen so much, like, given the opportunity, people will do it. It's just like, you don't see a ladybug every day, but when a ladybug lands on your hand, it makes you smile. That's what hitchhiking's like. That's my best example. It's like, it doesn't happen all the time, but everyone's happy about it. But kind of annoying when there's all these like curbs and everything. So I had to walk out of town. So anyways, finally, dude picks me up. He says he's going through the old forest. So I'm like, God, fuck it. Even better. Because I wasn't on a crunch that day to get to Molly's spot in Poole at a particular time. And I'd heard there's like this ancient forest kind of situation in between. So I was kind of stoked when this guy's like, oh yeah, I'm going through the forest to wherever. I was like, oh, fuck yeah. So we go through, and we take the turn off into the forest. Hey man, it's okay. It's okay. If you're in the south of England, it's okay. I'm a little bit spoiled because if you've ever been in Northern California or any forest actually before, there's better forests, but in terms of England, England, they do their best. They do their best. I will say, there's probably a reason a bunch of people left and went across an entire ocean to form a whole new country. Anyways, let's leave that on the other side. But like, they got some trees. It's fun for them. It's fun. So we drove through the trees, and I was like, oh, cool. So this guy ended up being a preacher. South of England, south of the United States. Not very different in that regard. He waited until towards the end to be like, oh, by the way, I'm a preacher. And he gave me his number. Super nice guy. But like, yeah, pulled out a New Testament pocket Bible. Wrote me his number and information in the book. He's like, yeah, if you're ever back here, this is the jam. So who knows? Maybe one day I'll hit him up. So he also dropped me off at the train station. He didn't quite get the memo communication thing. Let me drink this beer here. I was trying to hitchhike all the way. My bad. So dropped me off at like a train station because I think that's what it was. We were going. He's like, yeah, I'm going to New Milton. It's only 2 stops away from Poole. And I don't know. I just thought maybe he meant like 2 roundabouts away or something, but no. He's like, I'll drop you off at the. I'm like, dude, if I was gonna take a fucking train, I would have taken a train, like from where I was. But yeah. Anyways, super nice guy. Drops me off there, but I'm like, yeah, I'm not taking the train. So I just start walking, and it's one of those weird situations where I was like close, but not close enough. Like where he dropped me off, I was probably 15 kilometers, 20 kilometers away from where I was going. To put that in perspective, 5 kilometers is like 3 miles and change, and basically like an hour walking. So basically like 4 hours walking. So still wanted to hitch a ride, so I just start walking, but it's all like towns and curbs, so weird hitchhiking scenario. So it was like an hour and a half until I was able to catch another ride, just because the way the roads are. That's what's so annoying, is when you know all the people are like super friendly, and you know as soon as you get to a point, like people are gonna want to give you a ride, they're gonna be super stoked to do it, they're gonna be, but it's like physically not, I don't want to say physically not possible, but just like not plausible. Just the roads are not designed for people to stop. So it took that long. But sure enough, I got to a spot that was halfway decent, and some like middle-aged woman who was super cool picked me up, and she was only going to the freaking post office, and she was like a hermit of sorts. Not a very socially outgoing woman, but very talkative woman. And so instead of going like the 6 minutes to the post office, she went out of her way to take me the 25 minutes all the way to freaking Mali and where I was going. So that's what I love about hitchhiking too, is when people are just like, yeah, let me take you a little extra way. And it's just so cool, because for them, you know, you decide whether 20 minutes is a big deal or not. But I just think it's cool. Like, especially someone who's going 7 minutes off the road, but they're going to go an extra 20 minutes and they have to do the round trip just to help you out. And I could tell she hadn't had like a real conversation with anybody in a while. So it was probably nice for her just to talk. And I don't know. Let me take a sip of beer on that one. So anyways, that got me to Poole, and rocked up and met up with Molly and the other people doing the yoga training, and met this guy Steve, who I was going to be staying with. Everything was kind of being hosted at this one woman's place who I think was maybe a little bit skeptical of me coming, just not knowing. In the end, she ended up being real cool. We ended up getting along with everybody. And probably spent like 5-6 days there, maybe shy of a week, staying at this guy Steve's place, who was helping out with the so it's called the Yoga Mandala Project. Definitely recommend you looking it up if you're into that kind of shit. And he was going to be helping out with some of the back end, like setting up the charity stuff, which he was doing. And so I was staying with him at night, and then it was just several days of just going there and filming stuff and hanging out with Molly. Like, Molly's fucking awesome. She was on the podcast a few years ago. If you want to go look up Molly on the podcast and get to know her a little bit, and our whole story. It's pretty fucking epic, actually. Super cool. And yeah, Steve lived up on a cliff overlooking the beach. Like I said, never been to South England, so it was kind of cool just to be there and then just to stay in his spot and see all the stuff. So did that. Yeah, super productive. Probably got like 10 videos done. I started working on my own stuff. So you guys, actually, this is going to be a benefit to any of y'all that give a shit. Just started because I haven't been messing with the video in a little bit, and just to like reopen Pandora's box, I was like, oh yeah, I got that old book on tape that I fucking recorded with video. Oh, I got these hopping episodes I haven't touched in a while. So I was getting back in the video editing mode. So you guys are gonna see some of the fruits of that here pretty soon, which is cool. Amazon should be approving my book on tape for Nomadic Moonlight. I'm gonna start coming out with some videos for that, but yeah, let me take a sip of this beer. So yeah, got on board with all that, and yeah, just as shit as sure I wasn't sure I was gonna be in England. I was like, well, where am I going next? Like, what's happening next? Like, what's the next move? I'm not sure. But then Molly was like, I'm going up to Liverpool. Like, it'd be nice if you come and film some of that shit. I was like, all right, I'll definitely do that. She was doing a yoga presentation up in Liverpool. I was like, I can come help with that. But she was going to the Isle of Wight in the meantime to see some friends, and I couldn't afford to get on the ferry to go over there. Unfortunately, ferries are sometimes weird. It's hard to hitchhike. I'm like, can't do that. But she's like, I'll hook you up with money for trip up to Liverpool. So what I did was I kicked it with her and this other guy I'd met in Ireland. On the way out of Poole, Bournemouth, all that. Back to Southampton, caught a ride. We went to a brewery in between, pretty sweet. And then went and saw India Jane again over there in Southampton. Spent a couple nights there, caught up with her. She was going to London. So I kind of had a place to myself for a night. And then a bus ticket, which is rare, to Liverpool. So instead of having a hitchhike, luxurious. Actually, I did have to wake up at like 4 a.m. there in Southampton, and then walk an hour to get to this place where the bus picked up. Ride to London, a couple hours, a little layover, but yeah, got up to Liverpool the other day, and fucking Liverpool, man. Like I said in the beginning of the podcast, I think it's the best city in England, and I'm not. I don't know. I don't know what the temperature is over here. Maybe that's like a known fact. Maybe everybody knows that Liverpool is the best city in England. Like maybe I'm just tooting the horn that's already been honked. But fucking Liverpool. If anyone's like not heard that before, maybe it's obvious. Liverpool, legit party town. It's got some history. It's got a bunch of Beatles shit going on. That kind of thing. Smaller than London, but it's got all the shit. It's got all the cultural stuff. The architecture is sick. It's by the water. Yeah, party vibes already mentioned. Like, if you don't hear the party vibes outside, it's because I'm that good at audio engineering. My audio engineering skills are coming into play because it's loud out here. Like, people are going, and it is a Monday night or a Tuesday night. Like, it's April 1st right now. It's wild out there. Like, yeah, honestly, if you don't hear anything, that's how sick I am. Had noise reduction. Liverpool, it's cool, and it's been chill. Yeah, so I got here, and yeah, Molly was like, yeah, I'll hook you up with the ticket to get here, obviously, and some hostel money. So the first night I stayed at a hostel, and then she worked out like I can probably stay at the Airbnb she's got going on with the other women and stuff. Worked out, so that's all been chilling. So I've been here the last couple days doing stuff, and then just running around. Everyone took off today, all of her yogi friends, who are pretty cool. Young and old, new and old, as far as her knowing them. And yeah, they all they had a big presentation thing the other day that I went and took pictures of, and used the Airbnb as like a little studio to film their stuff. And yeah, this morning / afternoon, everyone took off, and then it's been awesome today, especially like Molly and I were able to just run around, take a sip of beer. Yeah, run around and just enjoy the city and drink some beers. We went to some place called, and this is her tourist. Molly's not like a tourist by any fucking means. The first time Molly ever hitchhiked was with me. I met Molly years ago, 2009, 10. She was a couch surfing host. That's how we met. But we've stayed in touch and had all kinds of fucking adventures. Goddamn. But yeah, she's definitely not like a tourist, but she wanted to do the touristy thing today. We went to this place called the Cavern Club, which is pretty fucking cool actually. But it's I don't know what it is, but the Beatles played there. I don't know if it's the first place the Beatles played but they definitely played there like a few hundred times, like between 1961 and 1963. It was like the regular spot. So like, if you were here in Liverpool in like 1962, pretty much any given night, if you went to this place called the Cavern Club, the Beatles were playing there. So for that reason, that place is known. Because it's known, we went in there. And whatever. There's a bunch of nostalgia stuff in there, and cover bands playing the Kinks and Elton John and the Beatles and a bunch of music, and pretty good spot acoustically. Like, this place should not be nice, but it's pretty nice acoustically. We went there and just popped around and drank some beers. Actually went to Brewdog, which is one of the better breweries in the UK, but they got a shit ton of locations. And yeah, just kind of had a nice little day here. So anyways, here I am. So yesterday I got a ticket the fuck out of here. So that'll bring us to the outro and what's next. Because yeah, obviously I was like, yeah, UK's fine, but it's not where I want to be in March, April. Just came out here to help her. So what's next? I'll get into that in the outro. Let's do it. All right, so yeah, success in the UK, but time to go. So I was looking at my options, and I mean, number one is that I cannot be within 1,000 kilometers of my buddy Walter and not come say what's up. Fucking Walter. He lives in the Netherlands, brother from another mother. This is my guy. So yeah, I just knew I had to go see him. So coming from the UK, I'm just like, all right, well, I definitely know I'm going to mainland Europe. So turns out there's a ton of options for everyone who's traveled within Europe. There's Ryanair, EasyJet, a bunch of these airlines that are like pretty cheap. And pardon me, from Liverpool, tons of options as far as like cheap flights, even within like this tight window of right now. So I was looking at all the options. It's like, oh damn, it's like a bunch of $20 flights is basically what it came down to. A bunch of $20 flights from Liverpool area to all over Europe. And yeah, one of the cheapest ones is to Cologne, Germany, from Manchester tomorrow. Woo! That's my choice. So that's what's up. That's what I'm gonna do. So last night I booked that flight. It's from Manchester to Cologne, south of Dusseldorf, Germany. So I booked that flight. So that's my most futuristic date right now. So got this one night here in this Airbnb or whatever it is. Molly is waking up and getting out of here at 6 a.m. to take a train to London to then catch a flight to Phoenix. So I will be out of here at the same time and walk/hitchhike my way to Manchester. I think if I had a car, it'd take like an hour to get to the airport. I've got all day to get there. The flight's not till like 10 p.m. So, and I have to get out of here at 6 a.m. So I literally have the whole day to get over there. So it'll be no stress. Yes, that's kind of the idea, is just to meander on over to Manchester, catch that flight to Cologne. Walter is a number one, like I said. He has a full house, whatever that means. Maybe he's got relatives or something for the next week. So for the next week, me, I don't know what I'm going to do. I got a buddy in Amsterdam I want to see. Anything other than that will be making it up as I go along. Camping, finding interesting couch surfing-ish kind of host, and just getting over there and fuck yeah, just like one fucking hug and a beer with Walter is gonna make it worth it, and then who knows, we'll see what happens after that. So just kind of winging it. And I got all kinds of ideas. My buddy in Asheville, North Carolina, is wanting to hang out. So I'm like, do I catch one of these like crazy cheap flights back to the States and go to do that and maybe do another collective? Like maybe. Keep the trip hopping thing alive. So we'll see. So that's what's up. Yeah. If you guys want to check out that Magic Mind thing, that drink, I think it's pretty cool. Go to magicmind.com/freestyleLT to do that. If I do end up in Asheville, be drinking a fuck ton of that. That's actually where I'm getting some of that shipped to. Is there? Because I anticipate being there eventually. But yeah, that's what's up for now. Anyone who's listening still, I recommend getting on my Patreon, patreon.com/kenflannery. And just supporting the travels and fucking hey, when the good times roll. I'm tempted to go out into this Liverpool madness, but we'll see. Also got to get up early tomorrow, so fucking hey. All right, that's it. That's it for now. That's it. That's it. I'm gonna finish this beer. I'll save the other one for a minute. Keep on kicking ass, and I will see you down the road.
Plans I made, I need a new escape. With all my shit straight, I'll get my big